Hillary Clinton, of course, is the original election denier. I'm sure you voted for her in 2016.
Well, she's not an election denier.
She absolutely was the OG election denier.
First of all, she came out before the sun had risen to concede the election to Trump.
And then spent the next 4 years saying he was illegitimate. He was an illegitimate president.
Okay, well, first of all, she didn't say he was an illegitimate.
Yes, she did.
You tell me exactly what she said.
Bill Maher went on Megyn Kelly's show recently and got called out. And whenever Bill Maher got called out by Megyn Kelly, he, of course, got very, very triggered. On a lot of things recently, Bill Maher seems to be waking up, but there are certain subjects where his Trump derangement syndrome just comes out, and he just seems like back to his old ways, back to his lunatical ways. This tweet is from Eric Abinante. I'm sorry if I mispronounce your name, man. I feel like I'm using your tweets all the time. I don't know if I mispronounce your name or not, but he says Megyn Kelly triggers Bill Maher by calling Hillary Clinton the original election denier. Bill still spreads Hillary's Russian collusion hoax, which was her revisionist history of the 2016 election, just another Bill in Hillary's life that helps her cover for her lies. Let's check out this clip here from Megyn Kelly and Bill Maher, and Megyn Kelly absolutely just roasting Bill Maher and the woke side of things. And we also have one more clip to show you from this podcast as well.
Hillary Clinton, of course, is the original election denier. I'm sure you voted for her in 2016.
Well, she's not an election denier.
She absolutely was the OG election denier.
First of all, she came out before the sun had risen to concede the election to Trump.
And then spent the next 4 years saying he was illegitimate. He was an illegitimate president.
Okay, well, first of all, she didn't say he was an illegitimate.
Yes, she did.
You tell me exactly what she said.
She said those exact.
That's when you know somebody's caught, by the way. Whenever they're like, she didn't say, start stuttering. She didn't say, tell me exactly what she said. Because that's when that's when you're gonna try to save face and be like, oh, well, you don't know exactly what she said. You can't pull an exact quote from Hillary Clinton. Then you're lying. But funnily enough, Megyn Kelly actually puts the clip in. I don't think she obviously didn't have it on hand here. She just has a pen and paper in her hand. She doesn't have a laptop or anything, but she actually inserts the clip here in a second.
Exact words repeatedly.
I believe he knows he's an illegitimate president.
Okay. I mean, she could.
Okay. There's nothing you can say to that.
Conceded the election. Whether you're interpreting her disappointment at losing it as the same thing as Trump not conceding it, I don't know that's where you're getting it from. But again, it's a tremendous false equivalency. You could ask Hillary Clinton right now who won that election. She will tell you. Donald Trump won the election.
Now she knows she has to because of what Trump has done.
She came out that night in her dark purple suit and conceded the election.
Correct. And then spent the next 4 years trying to convince us it was not legitimate.
You can run the best campaign. You can even become the nominee. And you can have the election stolen from you.
Just kind of goes to show you, right, that there's not much different between the right and the left, you know? It's always just a cycle. Whenever Donald Trump was in office, oh, jab bad, jab bad. I would never take the Trump jab. There's all these politicians, that famous, compilation of clips where there's Kamala Harris and Joe Biden and AOC and Nancy Pelosi and everybody coming out saying, I would never get the Trump jab. Don't get this, don't get this. Then Trump loses the election, or whatever you want to say. Trump didn't get reelected, and they're all shilling for it overnight. Hillary Clinton loses the election to Trump. Trump gets elected. Hillary Clinton says, oh, the election was stolen. Trump's an illegitimate president, blah, blah, blah. And everybody's saying, oh, yeah, everybody's agreeing with her. All the Democrats, all the lefties agreeing with her. Then Trump loses the next election. Trump saying, oh, the election's stolen from me. All of Trump's fans agree that the election was stolen from him, which you can't deny. There were some fishy things going around. But it does kind of just open your eyes up when you zoom out and you look at how both sides just use the same talking points. Whenever they lose things, or whenever they're trying to win things, whenever they're trying to do things, they use the same exact strategies, the same words. And then whenever they win, they just flip it around. They just completely 360 or 180, and their supporters don't care. I wish people would start waking up to this more. Like, not just on the other side, not just calling out the left for doing it, start calling out the right for doing it too. Whenever people are running and saying that they're going to do certain things, whenever they get into office, they get in, they do a 180, and they don't even touch those things that they say. We need to hold them accountable and ask them, why are they not doing this? And the same thing goes for like certain narratives that you push in order to get elected. Saying that elections were stolen. And I'm not saying that it wasn't or was or whatever. I'm just saying, as an example, Hillary Clinton saying the election is stolen. And then the Democrats win, and all the Democrats agreed with her, by the way. Democrats win, and now Donald Trump's crazy for saying the same exact thing that they were saying before. And the same thing goes for Trump and his supporters as well. They were all saying, oh, Hillary's insane. Hillary's insane. And then Trump gets elected, or Trump loses, and all of a sudden, elections are rigged. I'm just saying, I'm not saying that you're right or wrong. I'm saying start waking up to this stuff, because both sides use the exact same thing. If you're going to make fun of the left for being brainwashed and being bots and, you know, and NPCs because they fall for the lies and the deception of the left, guys, a lot of you fall for the lies and the deception of the right too. A lot, like 2020 broke everyone's brain and made them so easy to program. You know, a lot of people are thinking, oh, I'm on the right, I'm on the conservative side, so I'm not going to be an NPC, I'm not going to be a bot, I'm not going to be programmed like the left is. You're falling for the same things that they have fallen for in the past, or they will fall for in the future whenever the situation is reversed. Whenever Trump wins this next election, you're going to fall for the same things that the left is falling for right now while Biden's, you know, in office. That's just how it's going. It's so clear and obvious. So I know that's not what this clip was about. It's about Bill Maher getting triggered by Megyn Kelly. But I do just want to, I found that interesting. Like, it's just another example of like how brainwashable people are nowadays ever since 2020. But let's check out these other clips from the same Megyn Kelly show with Bill Maher when they have these tough discussions that Bill Maher doesn't like very much.
No.
It's a black college, and he went. They gave him an honorary degree. It's where MLK went.
This is when?
Just this past weekend. So they gave him an honorary degree, and he did, gave a speech. And first of all, the fact that they're giving an honorary degree to Joe Biden, who's like, I mean, the list of racist comments that guy has made is as long as Santa's scroll, but okay, fine. So they got him to speak there. They made him feel good about himself. And then, do we have it, you guys? I think we have a bit of a soundbite of him, or we're pulling it over. But it was the most pandering, absurd picture of blacks in America. And the
If you enjoy content like this, and make sure you subscribe and turn on the notification bell. It really does help me out a ton. Let's get back to the video.
present day and America's relation to our black population. It was absolutely disgusting. It was like he was trying to stir up racial hatred right there live, to the point where a couple of the black students turned their backs on him, which was pretty extraordinary. And he does it all the time, right? I'll show you the soundbite as soon as you get it cued. But
Well, Democrats
this is not unusual.
Democrats should be asking themselves, why does Trump each election do better, not worse, with minorities and immigrants? Not worse, better. Did better in 2020 than 2016, and seems to be doing better this time. That's a question Democrats really need to look in the mirror and
Well, because people are starting to wake up, and Democrats think that, like, quite frankly, to be completely honest, Democrats think that women and minorities are stupid. Like, that's just a fact. They think they're stupid to where they can lie to them every single election cycle and say, yeah, we're going to do all this for black people and minorities and women and fight for women's rights and all this other nonsense. Then they get in office, just like I was talking about earlier, and they don't do those things. They never do. They never fulfill on those promises. And minorities are starting to wake up and say, why are we supporting these people? They don't even like us. Like, a lot of times they're the most racist ones. Like Megyn Kelly just said to Bill Maher. She said Joe Biden's list of racist things is longer than Santa's scroll. And it's true. I'm pretty sure he gave the eulogy at like a KKK leader's funeral. Like, he was very close with the guy, you know? So
ask themselves. And with the immigrants, I think I know the answer. I'll save them the trouble. Immigrants don't like it that the left seems to have this unrelenting negativity toward the country that these immigrants work so hard to get here.
Good point.
They really worked hard to get here. And when Trump says shithole, it's a shithole, I think a lot of them are going, yeah, you're fucking right, it's a shithole where I came from. Why do you think I got on the ocean on a raft or walked 1,000 miles? Because I was living in paradise? There are places that are shitty in this world, and the immigrants know it. And, you know, it's not...
And all the sheltered Democrats that take every single opportunity that they can in order to, you know, and it's basically anti-American protest. Every time there's like a pro-Palestine or, you know, BLM protest, it's always just anti-America. And they always just want to take every opportunity they can to be anti-America. And they don't know what it's like in these other countries where people are literally dying. Children are literally... Like, I have a friend who was a special agent at Homeland Security, and he said, like, there's like, they would just find dead children in the back of trucks sometimes. And whenever these people are taking these risks in order to come to the country, they understand that is a possibility. That's how bad it is over there. And that's how good we have it here. And these Democrats who are just so anti-America, they have no clue what people go through in other countries, number one, and what people go through to get here to the country that they currently live in, you know? And as bad as the right likes to say that the country is as well, which I got to agree, it's going downhill, no doubt about it. We have to save this thing, or it's not going to be the safe haven for long. But, you know, it's not as bad as we make it out to be, I don't think. I think everything's sensationalized by social media, and everything, you know, the powers that be, they want everything to be sensationalized as well. They want everyone to think that the sky is falling at all times, because when people are scared, they want, like Zuby said it best, dude. I always bring up this quote from Zuby, but it's such a great one. It's like, in times of peril, or in times of, you know, disorder or whatever, like basically he was referring to the 2020 time when nobody knew what to do. In times of peril, let's just say, I forgot the exact quote, but something like that. People don't just want authoritarianism, they demand it. And that's what they want. Like, they want you to demand authoritarianism, because if they just went and took it, like let's say Hitler or someone tried to do, then they would look like the bad guy. But if we demand it, well, then they look like the savior. They look like the good guys. So that's what they want. They want you to think the sky is falling at all times. It's not. We're fine.
Not corny or conservative to say that to acknowledge that you're lucky if you're living in this country at this moment in history.
Yeah. Well, it was a different message.
That's crazy to hear Bill Maher say that, by the way, because he is one of those people that strikes me as the America sucks type person. But anyway, let me know in the comments what you're thinking about this Megyn Kelly and Bill Maher clip over here. I thought it was very interesting. And obviously, Bill Maher got pretty triggered whenever Megyn Kelly called Hillary Clinton the original election denier, even though Megyn Kelly had all the clips to back it up. Let me know what you're thinking about this whole Megyn Kelly versus Bill Maher situation.